open up a new Colab notebook. Title this one something like password check using a while loop. So pretty cool. What we're going to do here is write a program that checks whether someone has entered the correct password. Okay, so let's start by actually giving them a password so we can just try it out. And let's do something that's simple, not too complicated. About Python 123 exclamation. Never use a password like that. Way too obvious, but who am I to judge? Okay. Next, we're going to give them their attempt. Okay, and for this, we are going to prompt them using the input function and just ask for the password. Okay, maybe there's some info that comes before this. This is just the password check. Okay, now what? Well, the idea here is, what if they don't get it right? You want to give them multiple tries. Okay, and so we're checking to see if these two are in fact equal, right? So we're checking to see if password and attempt are equivalent. Okay, so if these are equivalent, then we move forward. But what if they're not? We want to give them a chance to do it multiple times. And to do multiple times, instead of using if, you can use a while loop. And it's not where they are equal for the while loop, it's where they are not equal. Okay, so what happens then? Well, we're going to prompt them to try again, and we'll give them another attempt. And so attempt input, right? Try again. It can be nice to do a new line here. Backslash, new line. Back. Think forward, backslash, new line, and then we'll prompt them again for the password. Okay, so, but how many tries are we going to get, right? There's an issue here. What if they never guess it, right? They could be stuck in this loop again. Well, we've got to find another way for them to get out. So let's keep track of their tries. Okay, so here n equals 1, that's their first try. Now they've tried again, so I said n plus equal to 1. And if n reaches a certain number, we're going to break out of this. Okay, so you can pick the number, totally up to you. So I'll give them 5 tries. So if n is greater than 5, breaking out of the loop. Okay, so we sort of have two parts to this while loop. The first part is simply, hey, as long as these are not the same, the password and the attempt, you're stuck in this. Okay, when they are the same, congratulations, that means you got it right, we'll break out. Okay, but there's a second check here, and the second is the number of tries. So here we have their first try, and after 5 tries, this is checked each time, it will also break out. So when we're out of the loop now, we have 2 scenarios. In one scenario, it's if this is true, right? Then we might say print something out, print welcome or something. But what if it's not? Well, else maybe something like try again tomorrow. Okay, so this is sort of like a password checker. I'm sure there are different ways and probably cleaner ways to do this, but this should work. I think sometimes checking this sort of in 2 different places makes me think there's, you could keep track of it in a different way, but I think it's okay to set it up like this initially. So what we're going to do now is run the code. And when running the code, note that we've got to sort of try different things. We've got to try both getting the password correct and then incorrect. Okay, so get the code up, press Shift Enter. I have too many sessions up. I'll go ahead and close out of my sessions. Unknown notebooks, that's weird. Okay, try it again, that happens. Press Shift Enter. And this will be fun, right? Okay, so what's the password? And maybe I try Python 123, which is incorrect, no exclamation. Try again. Okay, ABC, was that the one? Nope. I say, oh, I remember, it was Python 123 with an exclamation. And now it says welcome, right? Okay, so that one worked. Now, that was doing it after a couple of tries. I'm going to try the code again and try it. What if I get it right in the first try? Welcome, that's good. Now, what if I don't get it right? So press Shift Enter. It's not 1, is it 2, is it 3? I'm just trying to go fast here. Here's my 5th try. It says try again tomorrow. So it gave me an extra try. Okay, so that's okay. I could always change this a little bit, like if I want to, if it's greater than 4. Interesting. I'm wondering why, because I thought like password 1 was the first one. Anyway, it didn't quite keep track of it. N is 1. I guess it goes up to, You know, by the way, let me show you all something here that's actually kind of useful, which is printing it out. It's like you can print out in each time. So basically, you know, this is, let me print it out. I'm going to print it out. I want to print out in after it updates. Okay, let's try this again. So I press Shift Enter, and now this is my first try, right? And you can see it actually hasn't been printed out. Okay, and so now this is my second try, and it does say n is equal to 2. Third try, n is equal to 3. Fourth try, n is equal to 4. But I do get that fifth try, n is equal to 5. Yeah, okay, and now I see where the sort of the error is, because if you only want to give somebody 5 attempts, right, you don't necessarily want to give them a 6th. It's that, you know, this should go before all of this. Anyway, so how would we fix it? Well, n plus equals 1. We could put the attempt. We don't need to print it out now. I think simply put, we put the attempt. We break out after. And so we break out before the attempt. So if I line this up now, it first does the check, and now it should only give the 5 tries. And this leads to something else which is very important, which is the order that your code is in, right? It really does matter here, right? Because now once that 5th try is exceeded, it's going to break before it gives the extra try. That's the difference. So just to show you, run it one more time. First try, second try, third try, fourth try, 5th try, done, okay? Never settle sort of on like, well, I wanted it to be 5 tries, but my code is 6, so I'll leave it at that. Work with your code to get it to do what you want. So hopefully that was a little bit helpful. So you can see both kind of how to use a while loop and a couple of strategies if things don't go quite the way you expect.